Hi students, so now we will be dealing with a few more concepts in trigonometry, which essentially I think is actually known to all of you, but still in order to start this chapter I would like to actually initiate this chapter from entirely from scratch. All right, so last day I was actually explaining you this theta concept in the last video, and I also told you that this concept of theta is actually very important because I myself actually got aware of the fact that theta is between always the base and hypotenuse when I was doing my engineering, my mechanical engineering. Okay, this created a lot of issues initially because I was unable to solve the problems. I did not understand that why in the different books or maybe the problems that I used to solve back then when I used to be a student, that why was this theta being considered like this. After studying a lot and after having concluded from different sources, I realized that it's nothing but very simple. It is nothing but theta is the angle which always lies between the base, which here is BC, and hypotenuse, which is AC. Okay, so if I consider the angle to be theta dash, it is actually the placement of the angle which decides which one will be our perpendicular and which one will be our base. All right, so if I consider theta dash to be our angle, then in that case AB will be the base and AC will be the hypotenuse, with BC being the perpendicular. Perpendicular always refers to the side that is opposite to the respective angle. So if our angle is theta here, then which side is opposite to this angle? Side AB. So that will be our perpendicular here. If I consider the angle as theta dash, right, then which one will be our perpendicular? Which one is the opposite side here? BC. BC is opposite to the angle theta dash, so definitely BC will be considered as our perpendicular here. Okay, this concept I have explained a lot in the last video, and even in this video before starting I explained you this concept. Now how knowing this concept will help you? Well, you might have heard of these, right? Sine theta, cos theta, tan theta, sec theta, cot theta, cosec theta, right? So in order to be able to apply the formulas, because theta is the real thing here, okay? Theta is what will help us solve all the problems. And the placement of the angle is what determines our base, hypotenuse, and our perpendicular, right? So the formula of sine theta, considering angle theta here, okay? So sine of theta, the formula is actually perpendicular by hypotenuse. All right, for cos theta we have base by hypotenuse. All right, and for tan theta we have perpendicular by base. All right, so how is this going to help you? How knowing the concept of theta angle is going to help you? Now whenever they say cos theta, okay, whenever they say cos theta, then you will start to think which one is the base. Okay, now if in the question it is already mentioned that this is the base, that's a different thing which will actually never be mentioned. Okay, you have to figure out which one is the base. So considering angle theta, let me draw one more triangle here in case you get confused. So this is my A, this is my B, this is my C, and this is the angle theta here. Okay, so this angle theta is going to determine what cos theta is going to be. Okay, so if theta is between BC and AC, then BC will be the base. So base will be BC and hypotenuse we know is nothing but AC. Similarly, what will be sine theta? Perpendicular. by hypotenuse. So perpendicular in this triangle, which one will be our perpendicular? The side which is opposite to the angle theta will stand as our perpendicular. So which side is opposite to this angle theta? Side AB. So that will stand as our perpendicular, and which one will be our hypotenuse? AC. Once you are able to determine what the base and perpendicular is, you know what hypotenuse will be. Theta angle always lies between base and hypotenuse. So this one will be our base, and this one will be our perpendicular, and this one will be our hypotenuse. Okay, once you know that this is the base and this is the perpendicular, you know this will be your hypotenuse. Okay, and most importantly, next is that tan theta, right, which will be our perpendicular. Again, perpendicular is which one? The side which is opposite to theta, AB, and the base which contains this angle theta, which is BC. In case you fail to recognize which one is your base, there might be some issues, because if, say, you don't have this concept that theta lies between base and hypotenuse, then what will you end up doing is, you may also write an AB here, right? AB by AC, because you can see that this is the hypotenuse, so you can consider AB as the base here, which is actually wrong. Alright, AB is not the base here. Also, as the placement of angle changes, with the change in the placement of angles, the values of perpendicular and base will also keep on changing. They won't remain a constant. Remember that. As this theta angle now comes here, then this side becomes our base and this side becomes our perpendicular. I have repeatedly stressed on this. I am still repeatedly stressing on this, just in order to make you recognize this fact that theta is the angle which is very important, and this is the angle. The placement of this angle will actually decide which one will be our perpendicular and which one will be our base. This is the biggest trick of this chapter. Actually, playing with theta is the biggest trick of this chapter, to be able to know that where is this angle, how is it placed. That will only determine all the values one after the other. So this concept is I think it will be the best concept in the entire chapter of trigonometry, because other things are somehow you can get into your head, but this kind of concept will not be explained anywhere else, and you have to be very cautious about this, because in case you take it lightly, you have direct applications of this theta in a subject called engineering mechanics, in engineering, in mechanical engineering, and even apart from that, in physics, you will find direct applications of this theta, where if you aren't able to identify what this theta, where is this placed, how will I take cos theta, which one will be my base and perpendicular, you will get your answer straight away wrong. So I hope you got all of these concepts. We will now proceed with the next set of concepts. All right, so this was all in this video. If you really liked my video, then please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell icon for more of such exciting content. All right, and let's now move on to our next video.